Hey beauty knockouts, it's Michelle G from Stylie, and today I'm going to show you how to do a quick side updo. So to do a quick side updo, you can prep your hair with, I like to use a sea salt spray. It'll help give you a little bit of texture, and it'll also help, if your hair is freshly washed, give it a little bit of grit so that it doesn't slip out of your hands when you're using it. And you can spray this on just lightly in 1-inch sections all throughout your hair. I'm just going to do it through this top part. And I've already got second day hair, so it's already got a little bit of texture in there. So what I'm going to do is pick a side, so you can either go to the left or you can go to the right. I think I just did, yep, left and then right. You can go through and do that. And so if you have a part that you like to always part to, that's fine, but we're going to make sure that we're parting like halfway above your eyebrow. So for some people, you may side part it here, but moving it over just a little bit is going to help create a better effect. So we're going to start here and part your hair. And what I like to do is kind of a couple inches above the ear. I'm just going to take that here and I'm going to twist it. And I'm going to kind of bring it forward so that it has a little bit of interest. And this is where you can also use curling iron to kind of go through and curl it beforehand if you want to give it a little more of a textured look. If you're wanting to keep it simple and quick, you can do it straight and just kind of push it into place. You can also use hairspray. That's a good way to do that. But I'm going to go in with my bobby pin, and I've talked about this on several of our videos. So if you've watched before, I'm going in horizontally, and then I'm flipping it the opposite direction and sticking it in. And then I like to take a second bobby pin and crisscross it. There. So now I have a good sturdy base there. And then I'm going to take my hair, and I like to part it just where your ear is here. So from the top of the head to just behind your ear. And I'm going to pull that over to the other side. So if you're going for a textured look, you can kind of bring down some wispies, and you can kind of use some hairspray and spray it on here and use your fingers to kind of give it that rough look. And going a little bit smoother on the sides. You can also add a little bit of teasing in here if you don't want it to be too flat to your head. And I like to comb it all over so it looks like it's all just one flowing piece. And I'm going to twist that into the previous first twisted section. Grab another bobby pin. And here we just need to use one because we've already got the two bobby pins that are there. So I can just go in with this twist, and then I'm flipping it in again, and I'm going to find where those previous bobby pins are, so when I push it in, I should feel it lock in with the other bobby pins that are already there. So this is creating a nice solid base, so I can shake my head around, and it's not going to fall down. And then, what I like to do is divide this hair from in front of the ear, and I like to take this and just keep it out of the way. So what I'm going to do is just do this. This is not for looks. This is just to keep it out of my way. So I'm using a big, you can use a claw clip or one of those claw clips and clip it right here. And then I'm going to take this all here. And I'm also twisting. I'm twisting it up and into where my previous twists are. And I'm going in with my bobby pin. So I'm going in the same direction as my twist, and then going the opposite way. And since this is a little bit lower than the previous twists, I will have to crisscross it. So if you don't feel it lock with the other bobby pin, then you know that you need to come in with the second one and interlock them. Right now I'm having a hard time finding the first one. If that happens, you can pull it out and try it again a little bit closer. So there I got a good lock. And then I'm going to take this hair here and I'm going to twist, and none of this is exact, so I'm just doing this all by feel. So I'm doing another twist. Same thing. Going in the opposite direction. And I'd like you to focus on the technique as opposed to exactly which sections that I'm using, because if you can do this with multiple, like I just did 2 twists at the bottom, but you could do like 3 or 4 different twists at the bottom. However much time you have and how much flexibility you want, how much detail you would like in the updo can all vary and change. So whenever I do this, it never looks the same twice. So go through, and I've got everything kind of on the side here, and I'm gonna let this back out. So now I've noticed that I've got hair that's up high, and then I have hair that's down low. What I like to do with this first section is pull it back and tuck it behind that hair, and then smooth this here. So I'm tucking it behind, and then I'm gonna pin it in where my previous twists are. I have it in there nice and firm. If you poke yourself with a bobby pin and it hurts really bad, take it out and do it again, because it'll bother you all day long and you'll wind up with headaches and it's no fun. So if it is bothering you, make sure that you just take it out and try it again. And then once I have all of my hair over to the side, then, so as you can tell, I haven't really curled my hair. It's just got some bend in it from where I slept on it. And so instead of curling, I'm just gonna go in with my bobby pin, like a little way down, and so I'm putting it in halfway, I'm twisting it, and then I'm finding my head, and I'm sticking that bobby pin in there. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm just grabbing random sections. And once you get the hang of this, so I'm going a little bit slower so that you guys can keep up, but once you get the hang of it, and you get used to these techniques, you should be able to pin your hair up in 5 to 10 minutes. So it's actually a really quick, easy way to look like you spent a lot of time doing your hair, when really it only took you a little bit of time. So in the beginning, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, but putting that time in at the beginning is really gonna help you in the long run. So I like to get most of the hair up, and then I'll use a mirror in just a couple minutes to kind of check and see how things are going. So anytime you have a bobby pin that's in there loose, make sure you crisscross it, and this will help you from using 15 bobby pins to hold up the same section of hair. So now I've got some in there. And don't worry about all of the little hairs that are sticking out right now, because we're going to come back and we're going to tuck those in and make them a little bit neater. I'm not sure if you can see, I'm using the same technique all the way through here. So you're going to go through and double check with your mirror. And I see that I want this piece to go and fill in up here a little bit. So I'm just going in with the bobby pin closed, and I'm wrapping it around and sticking it in. It's locking with my previous bobby pins. And then you can just go through and grab any of those little hairs. And you can either use a curling iron on them, and like you can leave some of them down. I also like to take my hairspray, my wonderful hairspray that's hiding over here. I like to spray the updo. And since you've got it good and locked in there with those good bobby pins, you can kind of pull it apart. So I had this little piece that wanted to fall down, which is totally okay. But when you've got those 2 interlocked bobby pins, then you should be able to move it around and have it be much more secure. There we go. It's nice and locked in there. So you can spray it, you can pull it apart a little bit, and this is where you can go through and you can take these pieces and tuck them in. You can curl them. You can also just use hairspray and kind of tuck them into place. I normally like to do a little bit of tucking because I like it to be a little bit looser, and then any of them that I feel still look out of place, then I'll go through and just pin those pieces. So like this one I don't like. So you can just wrap the ends of the piece that you want to hide around the end of the bobby pin and just stick it in there. And you don't have to worry about double locking these bobby pins because they're not holding much weight. They're just like little pieces. So like here I have this like little loose wispy piece. I'm gonna stick it in at the end, wrap, 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 and then just hide it in with the rest of the hair. Same thing down here. If there's any of these pieces I wanna hide, I'm just gonna go through and wrap it around the bottom and stick it up inside there. So now you have a nice, fun, messy updo on the side. You can also use this for a more formal occasion, but as you saw, it only took us just a few minutes to do. And I always like to do a shake test before I leave the house. So what I mean by that is I'll put all of my hair in, and when I have it where I want it to be, I'll go through and I'll shake, 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 and I'll wait to see if any of these pieces pop out. And any of those pieces, I'll just do the same thing and tuck them in. But then you know that you can walk around. It's okay if it's windy outside. You don't have to worry about your hair blowing away. You can walk around with security, which is awesome. So now I have a nice side updo. Thanks for joining Stylie. This is Michelle G, and you are beautiful.